batting paradise. It really depends on the strength of your batting lineup. Dubai were willing to bat first and post big scores. Emirates Blues were willing to chase, and they did that in a very competent fashion. So overall, conditions are not going to really change much over the day. It's going to be pure entertainment here at the D10.
We have the pitch report. Now let's hear the toss from the two captains with Ahmed Khawaj out there.
Toss time for match number 5 of the 2026 Emirates D10. We are here at the center of the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Leading team Abu Dhabi, we have Kamran Atta, of course the dashing wicketkeeper, the dashing captain as always of Sharjah, Khalid Shah, and our esteemed match referee Mr. Shiju Sam. It is going to be Abu Dhabi to flip the coin. Please go ahead, Kamran. Tails is the call. It has come down as tails. Khalid Shah, congrats. Won the coin flip. What have you decided?
We are going to bowl first.
Bowling first, what do you think is a decent score to restrict the opposition?
Well, anything around 100 will be a good decent score to chase it down.
Of course, you started off with a loss in the D10 yesterday. Any words you had to the boys in the dugout before this game?
No, not at all. That's absolutely fine. It's cricket. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you will learn. And yesterday was a learning experience for the guys, so absolutely fine with it.
All the best for today.
Thank you.
Kamran Atta, बैक टू अबू धाबी. मुबारक हो. पहली बात कप्तान, आपकी बैटिंग आ गई. टॉस जीते तो क्या फैसला करना था?
हम लोगों ने यही प्लान किया था कि हम लोग टॉस जीते हैं तो पहले बैटिंग करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारी बैटिंग लाइन अच्छी है. तो कोशिश करेंगे अच्छा से अच्छा टारगेट दें ताकि शारजा को हम लोग बीट कर सकें.
आपके 2-3 की प्लेयर यूएई ड्यूटी पे जा रहे हैं वर्ल्ड कप, तो तब थोड़ा सा स्क्वाड चेंज करना पड़ा है फॉर्मेट के लिए. ओवरऑल रिसोर्सेज ठीक है?
एक्चुअली हमारा ओवरऑल कंपटीशन अच्छा है, क्योंकि अच्छे बैट्समैन हैं, ऑलराउंडर भी हैं, स्पिनर भी अच्छे हैं. तो पूरी टीम माशाल्लाह बेस्ट टीम है. इंशाल्लाह आपको मज़ा आएगा.
एंड कमिंग बैक टू होम, बैक टू अबू धाबी, यकीनन जिम्मेदारी के साथ बहुत बड़ा ऑनर है.
ज़रूर, बिल्कुल, क्योंकि मेरा ये स्टेट है. मैं काफ़ी डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट अबू धाबी से खेला हूँ, तो फिर से एक दफ़ा मौका मिला तो इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे अच्छा से अच्छा करेंगे.
ऑल द बेस्ट.
थैंक यू.
Right then, news from the center. Sharjah have won the toss and elected to have a bowl.
There we have it. So Sharjah have won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. This is game number 5 of the Emirates D10 2026. What an exciting day of cricket lined up here for us. So here is the playing 11 for Team Abu Dhabi. You've got right at the top Captain Kamran Atta along with Lukman Faiz, a dashing right-hander who's been among the pick of runs. Jeet Bhatia, Ali Abid at number 4, Mayank Chowdhury, Shehan Veeraratne. On paper, but certainly promises us to be having an exciting day of cricket, and they certainly have some heavyweights in their lineup. And once again, this beautiful venue here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium always is a run fest. And to talk more about it, I've got my co-commentator who's just joined back straight from the center here in the combox. I've got Ahmed Khawaja with me. Ahmed, welcome back, my friend. Your thoughts on the pitch?
Thank you very much, Atiq. Lovely to be alongside you in the combox. Yeah, looks a very, very good batting wicket indeed. Here, as you would expect, that Sharjah mirror finish. Not a lot of live grass, been rolled in very, very nicely. So I think it's not a bad toss to lose for Abu Dhabi to be batting first. And with the kind of firepower like you mentioned in their side, I think Sharjah already coming off a loss in their previous match. They will certainly be put under the pump if the Abu Dhabi top order, especially somebody like Kamran Atta, if he can really get going.
Well, certainly it promises us to be an exciting encounter indeed between these two teams. Some good players to watch out for. And Sharjah looking nice and bright with that red and black jersey. And as we see, we can see the two batters walk out to the middle. And once again, it's going to be very crucial for both teams to make use of those first two power play overs.
Absolutely, always crucial to get off to a positive start. You also have that floating power play option as well. And if the openers remain for Team Abu Dhabi, I expect them to take it immediately. Long team talk given by Khalid Shah. Of course, their pride would have been hurt losing their first game yesterday to Emirates Blues. They did not bat well, only posted 90 odd runs, and that's certainly not enough on the surface.
Well, I'm absolutely sure that Khalid Shah will be raring to go today, isn't it? He's slightly been off color of late, I'd say, of his usual standards, Khalid Shah. Well, today he's got a belter of a track, and it all remains to be seen how Team Sharjah will be able to limit the opposition early on, especially wickets, very crucial in this format.
Yeah, the best thing about Sharjah is they always have a high-octane, fast-bowling lineup. You have the likes of Wasim Akram in there, Irfan, Yusuf Zai. They've also got this youngster, Wali Muhammad, who's burst onto the scene, bowled with a lot of pace yesterday, a lot of fire. So certainly that top order of Abu Dhabi will be challenged. And it's a new look top order there. No Rohan Mustafa, no Ali Shan Sharafu. So certainly it's going to be big shoes to fill.
Well, certainly some exciting talent to watch out for. Especially, mind you, this is the premium tournament here by the UAE Cricket Board, the Emirates D10, D20, D50 formats, which obviously is the feeding school for the international cricket as well. So every single player out there, they have a lot at stake, so to say the least. Well, as we have the fielders take their positions, just a thought from you here, Ahmed. What do you think is a good score for the batting team?
Well, I think at least 110, 115 you would expect from Team Abu Dhabi, especially with the likes of Luqman Faisal and Kamran Atta. We've seen on the domestic scene very, very destructive players. You have the likes of Mayank Chaudhary in the team as well, Mohammad Nadeem. So you do feel Abu Dhabi have the firepower to get to maybe 110, 120, and that would put Sharjah under tremendous pressure.
Well, always coming after a loss, it's always going to be tough to play defense here, Team Sharjah. Especially in this format, sometimes all you need is that one win under your belt, and then suddenly you'll file that momentum. So here we go, ball number 1 underway. Starts off with a very good delivery, nicely played towards the offsides, straight away off the mark here. No matter whatever the format you play, no matter how many runs you've scored under your belt as a batter, Ahmed, that first run always feels good, isn't it?
Oh, most certainly, even if you come off a 100, you always start the next innings on 0. And going full on that occasion, young Wali Muhammad, a new emerging fast bowler emerging on the scene, tall, strapping, good pace. Kamran Atta, we know he's a terrific player. He loves this format and he is a danger man.
Well, that's been flat batted. It's been smashed over point. Ball running away towards the boundary. Will it be held inside? Yes, it just will be pulled back. Kamran Atta again. Well, that's how he plays, isn't it? First ball, no sighters.
This man has never needed a sighter in his life. See ball, hit ball, he keeps it simple. Maybe a bit unorthodox, maybe not as technically sound or orthodox as other players, but he's a clean striker of the ball and a very dangerous player.
Well, a slower ball. He's picked it up and he's absolutely smashed this into the stands. That is Kamran Atta for you. Second ball, he was onto the pitch and beautifully hit down the ground.
Well, that was absolutely clobbered by Kamran Atta. He read that slow delivery like a book. Floaty and floated out. Massive hit into the Sachin Tendulkar stand. The first maximum of day 2. Expect plenty more.
Well, this is again a very good example, isn't it, Ahmed, how cricket has evolved over the years. The yesteryears, the batters always needed some time, face about 3-4 overs, get their eye in. But in today's day and age, all that's just simply gone out of the window. From ball number 1, batters are expected to go after, especially in this format, the T10, when you don't have much time to settle down, see the ball. And especially players like Kamran Atta, Lukman Faisal will certainly come very handy indeed. Wali now under a bit of pressure. Good delivery, good comeback. Bowling it at the body, but watchfully played there by Kamran.
Yeah, I feel that's the right length that Wali should be bowling. Maybe that 7 to 8 meter length back of good. And he has the height, he has that ability to generate that extra bounce. So don't pitch the ball up. Look to make them play square of the wicket. You have 2 fielders in the deep. They could be in the game.
Well, this man on your screen, I'll tell you, when he gets going, there's no ground that is too small for him. He's an absolute champ, Lukman Faisal. Well, not getting all of it, but he still managed to find the gap. And that's the power of this man, Lukman Faisal. The moment he gets even an inside edge, the ball more often than not will take it away down to the boundary.
Well, how quick is this outfield here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium? It was just a big, thickish inside edge of the bat, but it found the gap at mid-wicket and was looking to go more straighter. Just dragged it past Rais Ahmed, who had absolutely no chance.
Well, the secret there was his balance. There wasn't a Lukman Faisal head on top of the ball. Great balance. And, well, just seen him score a brilliant double 100 earlier on in the season. Oh, just outside off stump. A dot ball to end it. Nevertheless, a good start here for Team Abu Dhabi. 14 runs coming off the first over. So Ayan Khan is going to be starting the proceedings from the other end. It's going to be the Sharjah Academy end and some spin. Well, that's the risk, isn't it? Bringing in a left-handed spinner to somebody like Kamran Atta. Well, you're certainly flirting with danger. Ayan Khan bowling it a bit too short and nicely played away.
Yeah, that was a real loosener, a drag down, and very poor fielding from Wali. Maybe a bit stiff after bowling that over, and that was a lazy effort. Ayan needs to bowl better.
Straight to the fielder there. Well, there's no room for error, isn't it? Especially as a spinner coming into bowl during the power play overs. But Ayan Khan, he's a very good talent. He has good control of the ball, has that arm delivery as well that goes with the line. So Kamran Atta will have to be careful. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful delivery. Asking the question. More of hope. Ayan Khan.
A very theatrical appeal there from Ayan. But it did grip and turn. Look at that lovely delivery. Pitching on middle, turning past the outside edge.
Good bowling here by Ayan Khan. After being hit for a boundary at the very first ball, he's come back quite well. 3 dot balls. Well, when you're going up against batters like Kamran and Lukman, you've got 3 dot balls on the trot. You've done extremely well. We're slightly flirting with danger here. Kamran trying to give him some room.
Just looking a bit fidgety at the creases, Kamranatha. And yeah, 3 dot balls in a 60 ball game is 5% of your innings. You were showing me 4%, so you were wrong. My maths is stronger than yours. 4 dot balls in a row. Oh, pardon me, Atik.
Well, pardon accepted. Apologies. Well, this is turned out to be a chance of a run out. But well, they survive. But nevertheless, this is a brilliant over from Ayan Khan. Bowling inside the power play and just giving away 4 runs off his over. Brilliant stuff. 2 overs done. It's 18 for no loss. Well, Ibrahim Masood comes into the attack and has been welcomed with a brilliant 6 down the ground here by Lukman Faisal. What a way to welcome the youngster. Lukman Faisal, well, he's at his absolute best.
Well, it made a thunderous sound when it landed in the upper deck of the Bukhari stand. Nothing wrong with the delivery, but that is absolutely crushed by Lukman Faisal. Dangerous player, like you mentioned.
Well, when he hits it, it stays hit indeed. Lukman Faisal. Oh, there's a chance of a run out here. Well, there's been a lot of yes and no between these 2 batters. Flirting with danger. Ibrahim Masood, I'll tell you, he's an absolute champ, isn't he? Ahmed picks up a lot of wickets in the recently concluded season as well. So he's going to be very crucial for Team Sharjah's chances. It's played towards the sweeper cover. Will they pick up a couple of runs? Well, some good work then. They pick up 3 runs.
Yeah, not great fielding there from Keshav. Just using the boot. Even Vritya giving him a bit of a look. Sharjah just look off the boil for some reason. And it was safe enough in the end. But from a top cricketer like Keshav, you expect that dive to come in.
Well, this has been pulled, but there is a fielder in the deep. So Ibrahim Masood trying to do some damage control here after being hit for a 6 at the very first ball. Sometimes that can always create some nerves for especially a youngster like Ibrahim, but he's quite experienced. Bit of a slog there, but once again there is a lot of cover now in the deep.
Yeah, it's the demands of the format, isn't it? You expect your biffers, your bashers to be batting in the top 3. Maximize the power play. Interestingly, they've waited to take the floating power play. Some new tactics coming in from Team Abu Dhabi. Good googly, but very watchfully played. 13 off the over, 31 for no loss. So Yan Afzal Khan into his second over. Cautiously pushed towards the mid-wicket region. They're looking for two, and that is a superb running, isn't it?
You're excellent running here by the two batters. Well, you've got to keep rotating the strike, convert those ones into twos. Well, it doesn't matter if the T10 format or the T20 format, even those singles and doubles will play a very crucial role. Comes down the pitch and smashes it inside out. Has he got it all the way? He has got it all the way. Luqman Faisal. Well, he seems to be in a murderous form tonight. He's on 22 of 9 and looking brilliant.
Well, there was a fielder at long off, but he had the courage and the conviction to go through with the shot and just about cleared Ibrahim Masood. A risk taken, but he's a risk taker.
Well, this is what good batters do, isn't it? When you've got a 6 or a 4 early on in the over, you just knock it around. You can easily get 10 to 12 runs of the over from there on. You do not have to take undue risk. Already 40 runs on the board, 3.3 overs, 10 wickets in hand. A very good platform being laid here by Team Abu Dhabi. Sharjah on the other end, well, they're certainly scratching their heads, wondering where can they get that breakthrough. Kamran, 17 of 11. Luqman, 23 of 10. Will they get a couple of runs here? In fact, they'll just get a single. Good fielding there. Oh, and now is that? No, in fact, no overthrows.
Yeah, it just goes to show that the body language from Sharjah is looking a bit down. It's looking a bit on the softer side at the moment. That is what is not pleasing me.
Well, that's nicely played. Stayed kind of low, but he's just managed to flick that down towards the final leg region. Just a dot ball, in fact. Ayan Khan has come back quite well.
Yeah, I think he's bowled a tidy spell in comparison.
Last ball of the fourth over. Makes some room, but not able to find the gap. Just a single to end the over. Another decent over here by Ayan Khan. In spite of going for that 6 early on, 15 runs come off his 2 overs. 4 overs done. It's 42 for no loss. Clear now?
Well, it's going to be Sanjay Pahal coming into the attack. Very fine all-rounder. Hard-hitting lower order batter as well. Oh, excellent delivery. Look at that shape on the outswinger. Caught Luqman Faisal completely by surprise. And in fact, he's lucky it swung away. He had that closed bat face towards mid-wicket. Take a look here. Almost yorked him first ball. So no sighters, no looseners from Sanjay Pahal. He is on his A game. Played really well in the previous encounter for Sharjah. Quick fire 38. And he's looking to just bowl that fifth stump channel. He has protection in the deep. A deep point, a deep cover. Mid-off is up. So they're trying to make him hit squarer, because he's such a dangerous player in that mid-off to cow corner region. Luqman Faisal, more often than not, the ball will be deposited in the stands. Very little margin for error at the D10. So many quality players on display. Punched over extra cover. That's a lovely shot. And Kamran Atta will not be contained this afternoon at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It was full. It was overpitched. And he has thrashed it to the fence. Destructive opening pairing for Team Abu Dhabi. There you can see he just kept his shape and shoveled the ball past the deep cover fielder. Absolutely no chance. When he hits it, they stay hit. That is for sure. Slammed over extra cover. Make that half a dozen to raise the 50 opening partnership. That is Kamran Atta at his absolute best. Back of length and slapped with utter disdain. Fantastic shot. And tell you what, this is a very, very good pitch. That is Kamran Atta in a nutshell. The pocket rocket of Abu Dhabi. Back playing for his home state franchise. Given the captaincy, given the leadership role. And he's turning it on. 28 of 14. This has been skewed in the air. And put down. Can you believe it? Keshav Sharma puts down an absolute goober. That is not on Atiq Nizam.
Well, you cannot afford to drop chances, especially of the caliber of someone like Kamran Atta. Well, how costly is this gonna be for Team Sharjah? Only time will tell. Sanjay absolutely devastated. Well, this time he goes over mid-wicket. And he's got it all the way for a maximum. What a way to end the over. Lukman Faisal this time capitalizing. And this has turned out to be an expensive over.
This is pure power from Abu Dhabi. Right in the slot. That bottom hand driving the ball beyond the fence. This is thrilling stuff from the men in yellow. 60 for no loss.
All right, so now we're into the halfway stage. And short ball. And played, in fact, just a single though. Straight to the fielder. Well, this is a brilliant start, isn't it, Ahmed? Exactly what the doctor ordered here for Team Abu Dhabi.
Oh, absolutely, going at 12 per over. Keshav Sharma, he already put a catch down of Kamran Atta. And he certainly has to make amends big time.
Well, they can certainly throw all caution to the wind now. They've got 10 wickets in hand with just above 4.5 overs to go. Certainly looks like Team Abu Dhabi will get towards that 130, 140 run mark if they play well. Goes down the ground. Miscued it here. Chance for the fielder. And this time the catch has been taken. It's Ibrahim Masood in the deep. And he doesn't drop too many. And Kamran Atta, after a brilliant start, now has to walk back to the dugout. Abu Dhabi lose their first.
Well, finally some relief. Good delivery. It was the back of the hander, maybe turning into Kamran Atta. And didn't quite read it and didn't time it. Ibrahim Masood. It was in the air for a while, but he kept his calm. And finally, the breakthrough is provided for Sharjah. 62 for 1.
So Keshav Sharma striking. And in walks another prolific run getter, Ali Abid at number 3 for Abu Dhabi. Good delivery here by Keshav Sharma. Again, excellent line and length bowling. He started brilliantly, especially providing the breakthrough here for Team Sharjah. Nicely played into the gap. A quick single. Well, a couple of runs there. Slightly sloppy indeed. An overthrow providing them an additional run. Last ball of the 6th. Well, I think there was a chance there. There was a short ball that had to be put away. But Ali Abid, being the new batter who's just walked into bat, he wants a couple of balls to get a sighter in. But nevertheless, this turned out to be a brilliant over from Keshav Sharma. Just 5 runs and a wicket to his name. 6 done, it's 65 for 1. So it's Irfan Yusufzai, the speedster. Oh, beg your pardon. In fact, I think it's Mohammad Irfan who's coming to bowl. 7th over, 65 for 1. Well, now, Ahmed, last 4 overs. Well, you've just got to go hell for leather, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We'll need that 120, 125 sort of score. And Lukman Faisal remaining till the end will be absolutely key for the capital side.
Straight to the field, a chance of a run out. Well, I think the throw had to go to the bowler's end. But nevertheless, some slight bit of momentum now shifting on towards the Sharjah side. They've got to capitalize in this here, Ahmed. Keep picking up wickets.
Yeah, that's the nature of the format, isn't it? One good over, one good sequence can swing the tide in your favor. Ali Abid was in big time trouble. He had come halfway down the track. A lucky escape for him.
Good delivery. Once again hitting the block hole. Well, this is where sometimes they say that the death bowling, that the skills that you pick, something like those Yorkers, become absolutely crucial, isn't it, in this stage? I certainly am looking forward to witnessing a player like Shyam Khan, the slinger from Team Abu Dhabi. Later on towards the next innings when he comes into bowl, he's a master in hitting those Yorkers. Picks up a lot of wickets. Good delivery again. Well, this turned out to be a very good over. Last couple of overs proving to be very, very economical here for Team Sharjah.
Yeah, they've done well to come back into the game. Mohammad Irfan, recently capped by the UAE as well, played a major role in the World T20 qualification campaign and bringing that confidence back into the domestic scene as well.
Yeah, he's a class act, isn't he? Very good left-handed batter. Hard-hitting top order batsman. Well, this one was on a good length. And Lukman Faisal has absolutely smashed this into orbit. What a hit that was. A very good over, just being spoiled.
Well, that is just absurd. That ball was on that 5th stump channel outside off. And he just walked across and walloped it to mid-wicket. No respect at all for the UAE all-rounder. Lukman Faisal, he's playing a blinder and a half.
Well, not the quickest around, Mohammad Irfan.
Well, good to see some VVIPs. Mr. Khalaf Bukhater in attendance, of course. He is Sharjah cricket through and through, a rich legacy, the son of a legend, the father of cricket in the UAE, Mr. Abdul Rahman Bukhatir. The stand is named after him, and good to see that legacy continues with his sons who are really involved in cricket as well, Mr. Waleed Bukhatir and Mr. Khalaf Bukhatir. Wonderful gentlemen, very gracious whenever you meet them, when they're here for any kind of ceremonies or when they're watching the cricket. Always very pleasant, always very supportive, and always very appreciative of the wonderful cricket that's being played here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
Well, certainly indeed. Mr. Khalaf Bukhatir services to UAE cricket, well, cannot be put into words. Well, that's the end of the over. 10 runs come off Mohammad Irfan's first over, 7 done, it's 75 for 1. Keshav Sharma coming in to bowl his second over. 3 more overs to go. Luqman Faisal on strike. Well, I'm still very surprised with Luqman Faisal's approach. He still seems to be in gear number 3. He usually goes in gear number 6.
Yeah, this left arm over angle that Keshav is coming from, perhaps he's just a bit uncomfortable with that. But Ali Abid, I wonder what he's planning here.
Well, this one was smashed. Question is, has he got all of it? Fielder can just watch it sail over his head. A very good stroke there by Ali Abid. First 6 for him, and that would certainly undo the cobwebs in his nerves.
Fabulous shot that. Such an elegant, casual swing of the blade from Ali Abid. And Keshav Sharma once again being put under the pump and maintaining that brisk run rate.
Well, this is in the air. No, in fact, it's along the ground. Well, the cameraman got us there for a second. But yeah, 83 on the board now, Ahmed.
Yeah, don't blame the cameraman for your awful eyesight. Keshav doing a decent job, I would say. Just getting on that occasion. So we are looking at that 110, 115 sort of score, Atiq. Is that enough?
Well, good question. But I believe if you had told Sharjah at the start of the innings that you're going to chase around 110, 150, they'll say we'll take it with both hands. Given the kind of batting power that Team Abu Dhabi has. And this one again goes down the ground. Fielder in the deep will take it. It's Ayan Khan, I believe, with the catch. Doesn't make too many mistakes. Ali Abid, well, his innings cut short. Second wicket down now for Team Abu Dhabi. Keshav Sharma strikes for the second time.
Yeah, nicely bowled. Ali Abid couldn't quite middle it. Hitting from the crease. And Ayan Afzal Khan, he doesn't drop many. Simple catch, and Keshav gets his second. And a hint of a smile on the face of Khalaf Bukhatir. Still need a lot more wickets. 2 down are Abu Dhabi.
Well, it's Mohammad Nadeem, who's walked out to bat at number 4. Last ball of the 8th over. A quick single to end the over. A brilliant spell here by Keshav Sharma. 2 wickets for 15 runs off his 2 overs. Well, that's the kind of spell that certainly changes the game. 8 overs done, it's 85 for 2.
Well, they've kept it right till the end, but the floating power play has been enforced by the umpires. And Sanjay Pahel given the responsibility. He took a bit of tap in his first over, Atik, so not so sure about this move.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I was also thinking that maybe it would have been better if Ibrahim Masood had been brought in to bowl this floating power play. But well, remains to be seen. He started off quite well. Mohammad Nadeem just knocks it down to a single towards deep point. Now, Lukman Faisal will come back on strike. He's a set batter, 22 balls, 42 runs for him. He's gonna go at it.
Yeah, I think it's the right approach from Nadeem. He's new to the crease. Lukman Faisal, he's been belting the ball to all parts and rightfully feeding him the strike. So let's take a look at the field setup. They've got a deep point in position. Everybody in on the onside. There is no fine leg at all. So they're just trying to protect the offside boundary if they can.
Well, excellent bowling. Bowling to his field here, Sanjay Pahal. He's got the two fielders on the offside. There's one at deep point and one at deep at extra covers. So there's no room for error. He's got to try and go for that wide york on the off stump here, Sanjay Pahal. But so far started off well. Well, they'll need a couple of big hits here in this over. Mohammad Nadeem, he's got to go after it. Well, that's a wide. Well, that was just beyond that line, which belongs to the umpire. And he'll have to re-bowl it again.
Yeah, it was touch and go. He is protesting his case to the umpire. Nadeem Anjum, very, very experienced senior umpire. Has done international cricket as well, so he certainly will not be folding to Sanjay Pahal's demands. Mohammad Nadeem, another clean striker of the ball.
Well, full toss. He's managed to play that nicely down towards the deep third. He was surprised with that ball. He expected maybe that was a beamer, but he just kept dipping at him.
Well, interestingly, Sanjay Pahal on the walk back to his run-up is holding his right elbow. So maybe a bit of a strain. He's looking uncomfortable. Of course, just coming off a long season, playing for the Desert Vipers in the IL T20. He is a key player for Sharjah. This is ominous signs.
Oh, that's a brilliant hit. Well, that's Lukman Faisal. Great improvisation there. And I'll tell you, that's one of the toughest shots to play as a batter. A Yorker length, reverse hitting it behind square on the offside. And Lukman Faisal made it look like child's play.
And poor fielding at short third. It was hit well, but straight to the fielder. And look at that. The Sharjah fielding has been below par, to say the least, Atik. In fact, it's been subpar.
Well, sometimes, they say that, especially in this level of cricket, you're playing the premium level here in the UAE domestic circuit. You've got to be having your A game on always. Another excellent delivery. Sanjay Pahal using up all his experience. And so far, he's been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, fair play to him. He's only conceded 8 runs in the floating power play over. And even that boundary was a fielder's error. His ability to land that Yorker. Difficult field set with that deep point and deep cover, but he's executing the plan to a T.
Well, I think Sharjah's done extremely well here. They've been very good in the last 2-3 overs. Well, full toss. Once again, not timing it. Chance of a run out. Had that been a direct hit, Mohammad Nadeem would have to make that long walk back. 9 overs done. A brilliant penultimate over here by Sanjay Pahal. Gone wicketless though. 94 for 2 at the end of the 9th over with 1 over to play. Alright, so last over. And it's entrusted to Mohammad Irfan. Well, surprisingly here, Ahmed, Ibrahim Masood has just been given 1 over. What do you think of that ploy here?
Well, I think the pitch has nothing to offer really for the spinners. So fair enough that Khalid Shah is relying on his seamers. Mohammad Irfan, very experienced. He likes to bowl at the death. Those variations will come in. Very handy.
Well, crucial 5 balls here. Beautifully bowled by Mohammad Irfan. A slower bouncer into the pitch. Always tough for a batter, especially when you're on the back foot looking to just bludgeon the ball out of the park. Can certainly and completely undo the momentum. And Mohammad Irfan, well, he's using all his experience, isn't he?
Yeah, well, this batting effort is fizzling out here for Abu Dhabi at the wrong stage of the innings.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant delivery. Hitting the Yorker length. Well, mind you, the first 5 overs went for 60 runs. And now, the next 4.3 overs, 27 balls have gone for 36 runs. That's how fast Team Abu Dhabi's cruise has been cut down.
Absolutely spot on. Great fight back. Great tactics coming in from Khalid Shah. And time is running out. Luqman on 49. He'll be itching for a big hit.
Well, good delivery. But I believe Luqman Faisal, he'd have missed out there because that was in the slot. He had to go after it. Nevertheless, the single brings up his half century. 50 of 28 balls for Luqman Faisal. But I believe this would not be one of those innings of his where he'd rate as one of his best.
Yeah, it was a short celebration. If you're taking 28 deliveries to raise your half century in a 60 ball game, you're taking too much time, if I'm brutally honest.
Well, short and wide outside off stump. Is that going to be just a single? Well, I must say, Ahmed Khawaja, that comment from you slightly hurt my feelings a little bit because I did manage to score 50 of 41 balls. And, you know, just to say that Luqman Faisal scored 50 of 28.
Well, the difference is you were playing C minus division and he is playing A plus plus. But well played. And ugly sound off the bat. They will push for 2 to try to get to 100 and nothing doing. Well, what a stunning bowling performance from Sharjah in the second half of the innings.
Well, 20 runs short for my liking here by Team Abu Dhabi. They'll be absolutely disappointed with this batting effort towards the second half of their batting innings. Especially when you have the likes of Luqman Faisal still out there in the middle. I believe that you have to give that onus to Team Sharjah. They bowled brilliantly. The last 5 overs, well, they've just given away 39 runs. Magnificent stuff here by the fielding team.
Well, the body language tells the story. Abu Dhabi looking downwards, shoulders are slumped. Meanwhile, Sharjah, plenty of cheering and applause for the bowlers. Luqman Faisal with a laborious 50, Kamran Atta with a thrilling 30. But after his departure, the momentum, the sting went out of the batting effort. And in the end, they have been contained to double digits, not even raising their 100.
Well, that name, Siam Khan, right at the bottom, he'll play a vital role in defending this target. Very crucial 2 overs. It remains to be seen how the captain utilizes him. And well, this is the bowling figures. Wali Muhammad Afridi right at the top, 14 runs going off his first over. Ayan Khan came back quite well in his second over, just gave away 15 off his second. And Ibrahim Masood, just a solitary over for him, going for 13 runs. Sanjay Pahal again bowled a brilliant spell right towards his second over, and then Keshav Sharma, obviously the pick of the bowlers, changed the tide towards Sharjah. 2 wickets for 15 runs off his 2 overs, and Mohammad Irfan once again quite economical, none for 15. Well, they've managed to put a score of 100 required for victory going at, and the required run rate being exactly 10 runs an over. The question is, will it be possible? Well, only time will tell. Do stay tuned.
Let's take a look at the highlights of the first innings as well. Excellent opening stand between Luqman Faisal and Kamranata, they went hard at the new ball bowlers. Wali Afridi, inexperienced at this level, that clearly showed. Interesting choice to have Khan taking the new ball as well in the power play. And he did take a bit of tap, started off with a poor delivery. Wali with that misfield. Ibrahim Masood took a bit of a clobber as well at the hands of Lukman Faisal. And that was a stunning shot, up and over, widest long off. Kamranata blasting one over extra cover as he usually does. Sanjay Pahal went for 18 runs in his first over, but then Keshav Sharma came on, and that really changed the game, didn't it, Atiq?
Well, that certainly did change the game indeed. They were absolutely magnificent right there towards the back end. And Lukman Faisal tried his best. A couple of sloppy ground fielding by Team Sharjah. Maybe also gave them an extra 5 to 10 runs. Well, so that's about it. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the run chase of Team Sharjah. Do stay tuned. Well, welcome back. We're just about to have the run chase of the Sharjah innings in pursuit of 100 for victory in their 10 overs. Well, the captain out there in the middle, Khalid Shah, he's going to play a vital role in this run chase. And on the other end, it's Mohammad Nafis who will be partnering up the captain. Well, crucial start here, isn't it, Ahmed? First 2 overs. And for Team Abu Dhabi, the slinger will play a vital role. They've got to make sure that they pick up some early wickets here.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get rid of the danger man. That is the Sharjah skipper himself. Good to see he's opening the innings. Came lower down the order in the previous game, and Sharjah really struggled up top. So Vritya getting a demotion to 3. Young Mohammad Nafis, very, very talented graduate of UAE under 16. Superb all-rounder from your neck of the woods of Sri Lankan origin, but hopefully one day he will go all the way for the UAE. He's that kind of precocious talent, and lovely to see the Sharjah are giving him that opportunity at this elite level. This was the batting display from Abu Dhabi. Luqman Faisal 50, but of 29 deliveries, took too long. Kamran Atta 30 of 17, but after that opening pairing got dislodged. The fizz went out of the Sharjah batting effort, and in the end they could only manage 99 runs. So a very, very chaseable score here for the home side. But like you mentioned, they have the likes of Syed Nazir, Siam Khan, Zia Mukhtar, Raja Akifullah, 4 excellent fast bowlers. And then they have the leg spin of Jeet Bhatia. Mohammad Nadeem can chip in with some left arm spin as well. Only 2 wickets taken by Keshav Sharma, the left arm tweaker, with an exceptional spell. And Mohammad Irfan contributed as well. Ayan Afzal Khan, excellent. So you've got 3 outstanding bowling performances, 2 not so much. But overall, as a unit, I think Sharjah and Khalid Shah will be very pleased with their first half display. The fielding could have certainly been better, but this is a score that is there for the taking.
Well, yes, absolutely. They've done the first part of the job, half the job done. Now it's their role with the bat. Khalid Shah, well, he'll need to fire today. They're coming out of a loss here, Team Sharjah. I'm sure Team Abu Dhabi would have missed the services of someone like Rohan Mustafa as well, who was the man of the series as well in the Emirates D10 in 2025 last year. Still amongst the thick of runs, but nevertheless I think they've decided to go with some youngsters in as well.
Yeah, absolutely a legend like Rohan Mustafa, not only as a player but as a leader of men. His absence will be certainly felt. Alishan Sharfu also on international duty. Upishly driven, lucky escape for Khalid Shah. That was a miscue. And Raja Akifullah, outstanding, experienced fast bowler, part of the UAE squad for many seasons, and still a very dangerous customer with the new ball.
Well, looks kind of skiddy, isn't he, Raja Akifullah? He can move the ball both ways as well. Well, this one has been smashed. He's not got all of it though. They'll get a couple of runs. Shyam Khan does the cleaning. They pick up a couple. Khalid Shah off the mark.
Well, that is going to be Khalid Shah's approach, especially in the 10-over format. Width offered. It was the away swinger to the left-hander, and he wanted to launch that over cover point. Not quite out of the middle, maybe a bit rusty. Will take some time to adjust to the conditions.
Well, not just a T10 format. Even you put him into Test cricket, these are Khalid Shah plays. Good delivery there. A surprise bouncer. One for the over being called by the umpire. But yeah, well, you're speaking about Mohammad Nafis there early on the non-strikers end. Youngster is an absolute talent from Sri Lanka. Used to play for the Eaglets. Beg your pardon, in fact, very, very good talent. He had the luxury of also being he also had the luxury of getting under the wings of international cricketers like Shamin Dawas and Sanat Jaisuri as well. Mohammad Nafis, very talented, scored a bucket load of runs, and rightfully been given the chance right at the top with these premium cricketers in the UAE.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a precocious talent. High expectations for sure. Won't be easy competing with the best in the UAE, but it will be a great learning experience. Trying to trap him with the short ball once again. Raja Akifullah just drifting down leg, but certainly has come up with a game plan. Nothing overpitched to Khalid Shah.
Well, one thing I've also noticed is there is a bit of technical flaw in Khalid Shah's innings of late that I've noticed. I just feel like his head falls over right at the last moment, at the point of impact. Khalid Shah, he's just got to make sure that he has that strong base. But there's a very good start here by Raja. That stayed low. Bowling across the line there, Raja. Not the right shot selection there by Khalid Shah, trying to go through the leg side. He'd been better off perhaps targeting that point region.
Excellent variations coming in from Raja Akifullah, keeping Khalid Shah guessing. First with the two bumpers, then that off cutter like you mentioned, just nipping away off the surface. And he's trying something new now. He's coming around the wicket to Khalid Shah, trying to cramp him for room.
I'm not sure why this changed, because what he's been doing before has been working quite well. Once again, trying to hit the ball too hard there, Khalid Shah. Just manages to get an inside edge. Just a single and he will keep stride. So a fantastic start here by Team Abu Dhabi. Just 4 runs come off the first over.
So it's going to be Zia Mukhtar coming in from the Sharjah Cricket Academy end. He's been the mainstay fast bowler for the Abu Dhabi D franchise for many seasons. Drifting wide on that occasion, but usually very accurate and very skillful with the new ball.
Yeah, well, he's a tall lad. Will always give that bit of extra bounce as well. But this has been a very unlike start here by Khalid Shah. 3 runs of 6 balls. But you give it to Team Abu Dhabi, they bowl brilliantly. Well, getting a toe end of the bat. That one was squeezed down to the boundary towards the third man region. First boundary for Khalid Shah. I'm sure they're not going to mind how it comes, as long as the runs keep coming.
Yeah, not a good delivery from Zia Mukhtar. Too wide. And a thickish bottom edge. Third in the circle. You're offering too much width to a left-hander. At any stage, at any level, that is asking for trouble.
Well, like I said, once again, Khalid Shah's technical aspect of his batting seems to be exposing him at this stage. Well, it certainly does look like struggling out there, isn't he, Khalid Shah? And Mohammad Nadeem, in fact, I beg your pardon, Mohammad Nafis, is yet to face a ball. Been on the non-striker's end. Poor youngster.
Yeah, just seems not to be in form, perhaps. When it's all flowing for Khalid Shah, he launches the ball all around the park for 6. Just needs to middle one to get him going.
Well, that one was middled. Well, that's gone all the way for a maximum over covers. Well, Ahmed Khawaja, he's heard you all right. That one was off the right or the center of the bat.
Absolutely stunning. Look at that. He's hit it towards extra cover, not even behind point. Truly phenomenal shot from the inspirational leader of Sharjah. And that will get him going.
Well, yes, absolutely. As a batter, sometimes all you need is that one out of the middle of the bat, and then suddenly you'll feel that your body starts coming into line. Oh, look at that for a shot. In fact, fielder can just watch it sail over his head. He was interested for a second there, the fielder in the deep. Well, that's Khalid Shah for you. Sheer power.
Yeah, he got cramped for room. I thought Zia Mukhtar had done him in. Excellent bumper. Bit top edgy. But it had just about enough to clear Shehan Weeraratne at long leg. And a wry smile from Zia Mukhtar. It's a batter's game, let me tell you, Atiq.
Well, it certainly is. And also, mind you, he was literally not looking at the ball when he made contact. Toe into the bat this time, straight to the fielder. Well, now, so far, Zia has gone for 17 of his 5 balls. This has turned out to be a good over now for Sharjah. Exactly what they wanted. And Khalid Shah, suddenly you see that one boundary suddenly has changed the momentum of his innings.
Yeah, but overall, if you look at it, it's been a decent power play session, I dare say, for Abu Dhabi. Question is, are they taking the floating power play after this?
Make some room. Oh, very nearly chopping it onto his stumps there, Khalid Shah. Zia has noticed Khalid Shah backing away, pitching it short. Very good thinking. Nevertheless, a good over here for Sharjah. They're going at the required rate. 10.5 for Sharjah, 21 for no loss at the end of the second over.
So Syed Nazir coming on to bowl, represented Dubai quite regularly in the D series in previous seasons, making the switch over to the men in yellow. Good start. And Nafis with a pleasing drive and doing the right thing, getting his captain on strike. That's what the youngster needs to do. Just play your part. You don't need to match him shot for shot. Just play your game, occupy the crease, keep an eye on the required run rate, and build your innings.
Well, he can certainly afford to do that, isn't he? He's got plenty of time in his innings. Nafis. Khalid Shah now on strike. Well, a false start there. 22 for no loss. Khalid Shah on 19 of 12. Very much in pursuit here, Sharjah. All 10 wickets in hand. And Abu Dhabi still holding on to their strike bowler, Shyam Khan. All right, here we go. Make some room, but once again, that was mightily close to that off stump.
Yeah, needs to play the ball on merit. Khalid Shah just looking to manufacture a shot that wasn't there. And well, it's neck and neck at the moment, Atiq, even though Khalid Shah has played some blistering shots, but too many dot balls in the middle. That is the concern.
Well, that's always been his Achilles heel, isn't it, Khalid Shah? Sometimes when he gets bogged down, he finds it extremely hard to keep rotating the strike. Once again, the toe end of the bat squeezed down towards short third. Once again, that's what I say, that he's got to try and fix his technical aspect of his batting here, because not helping his batting, especially with the new ball moving around, head falling over.
Yeah, you make a fair point, but now at this stage of his career, I think it's difficult to really change your game. Thudding into the pads on that occasion, it's brought him so much success. It's got him capped by the UAE as well. Sometimes you can overthink when you're in a poor rut of form. You need to back your instincts. And Khalid Shah is that kind of player. Just a flip of the switch and he can start smashing the ball to all parts. But you can at least rotate the strike in the 10 over format. Just keep that scoreboard ticking.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? 16 balls been bowled. Poor Mohammad Nafis has faced just one delivery. Khalid Shah taking the bulk of the strike so far. Well, this one, he goes down on one foot. Chance for the fielder in the deep. It just falls in no man's land. And they'll just get a single. I think that was poor running on the part of the batters. That could have been an easy couple there. So this turned out to be a fantastic over by Said. Just given away 2 runs on the first 5 balls. Last ball coming up, and Mohammad Nafis has got to be smart here. Comes down the track, hits it beautifully past mid-off for a boundary. Well, a very good over, just been spoilt by that magnificent stroke by this youngster.
Well, that is a blistering off drive. Fantastic shot. Great fast hands. He got the length he was looking for and made sure to maximize it. 27 for no loss.
Saw him.
Well, they're just behind the required at the moment Sharjah. Cautiously building up this opening stand. Zia Mukhtar to continue. And interestingly, they're hanging on to the floating power play. Or did they avail that in the previous over, I believe? I believe they did. Just getting super excited with the way Khalid Shah is striking the ball now. 20 of 16. Oh, that has been thrashed over extra cover. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, Khalid Shah this time, no technical flaws there. Short ball and does exactly what he does best. Advancing down the pitch. And he leaves the rest to his hand-eye coordination to take over. Magnificent flat-batted stroke there. And you did see in the previous over, Ahmed, the youngster on the other end, once he smashed that boundary down the ground, comes and gives a little bit of advice to his captain. And that one again, beautifully bowled. Fuller this time trying to go over the covers again, missing out on that occasion.
It was there for the taking, Atiq, wasn't it? It was full in the slot. Just perhaps getting a bit carried away. But once again, Abu Dhabi will reckon they're behind on the required run rate. So it's just a matter of a wicket or two and the pressure will be on.
Well, he goes down the ground. Over mid-off. Has he got all of it? He has got all of it. Magnificent shot there by Khalid Shah. Well, now he seems to be coming into his elements. And now he's striking the ball cleanly. Good signs here for Sharjah.
Well, it's not a good delivery from Zia Mukhtar. Overpitched mid-off in the circle. And he went absolutely dead straight. That's the area he should target. He's raced on to 30 of just 19 deliveries. And Sharjah are on their way.
Well, not the right line here by Zia. He's got 3 fielders on the leg side, one at deep square, one at deep mid-wicket and one at long on. That was way down the leg side. So he's got to try and make sure, Ahmed, he cannot afford to give too much room on the offside because there's plenty of real estate down the ground on the offside. So I believe he's got to try and target that middle and leg stump line and keep it tight, cram him for some space.
Completely agree with you there. Yeah, you always have your eye on real estate. Plenty to offer, plenty of gaps for Khalid Shah at the moment. Can he make it a match-winning effort now for the home team?
Good delivery, good comeback here, hitting the block hole. And that's exactly what you've got to do, isn't it? You've already picked up 10 runs, 11 runs of the over. Now you can just try and milk it around, rotate the strike, don't get bogged down. And I've also heard from a lot of top cricketers in their interviews, they say that the moment you hit a boundary or a six and you rotate the strike, you would have easily get around 10, 12 runs and over. Just let your partner do his job, because if you try to hit every ball out of the park, including the T10 format, more often than not, there are chances of you miscuing one. Nafi is now 5 off 2 on strike. Good delivery, nicely hit. Beautiful strike there by Nafis. Down the ground, will the fielder be able to carry it off? No, not enough power behind it. And they'll just pick a couple of runs.
Yeah, good batting here. He spotted mid-off once again in the circle. And that's the role required of him. Don't do anything fanciful. Know your role, play your role. And just keep building this opening stand. Sharjah are beyond the required at the moment. So it's all moving swimmingly. Just stepped a bit too far away from that one. 41 for no loss.
Well, this is going to be an exciting contest. It's the slinger of UAE cricket. Shiam Khan coming into bowl. The 5th over. Khalid Shah on strike, and straight away it's in the slot and smashed it inside out over covers. Brilliant shot there by Khalid Shah, and what a way to welcome the slinger into the attack. Khalid Shah says.
Well, that was absolutely belted, wasn't it? Not a good delivery. Mid-off is up once again. Full pace on, and Khalid Shah carves it away. Fantastic clean strike. Great base. And he got it exactly where he wanted it. Thrilling stuff from the Sharjah skipper. They're on the victory march.
Well, he is going through nicely here now. In a comfortable position. Well, flat batted chance, but falls in no man's land. Once again, Shiam Khan, he's a very skilly bowler, has some very good pace. I believe one of the quickest going around here in the UAE domestic. Can certainly generate some very, very good pace, and one of his biggest strengths is hitting those Yorker lengths, driving in a lot of inspiration from the master of slingers, our very own Lasith Malinga from Sri Lanka. Very similar action.
99 number.
And number 99 as well, as pointed out by my co-commentator. Oh, that's a good shot. Chance just wide of the fielder. And has it gone to the boundary? It has gone to the boundary. Lukman Faisal just not able to keep the ball back in. And a brilliant shot there once again by Mohammad Nafis.
Well, that is very poor from a quality player. Struck well by Nafis. Just that awkward bounce, taking evasive action. And, well, that is certainly a low light rather than a highlight for Lukman Faisal. So Nafis is liking the pace on offer. 50 partnership. Oh, quick delivery. And he had to bail out of that one. So Sharjah are in cruise control at the moment.
Yes, it's been a fantastic start here by Sharjah. Initially was Khalid Shah struggling to get going, and now it seems like he's in his zone now. And that's when Khalid Shah can be at his brutal best. We've got a decent crowd in here as well at the Sharjah Stadium. Yorker, and that's the Yorker that I've been speaking about. Chance of a run out, and it's gone. Well, Shyam Khan, he had one stump to aim at, and he absolutely smashes the stumps down. And it is the youngster Mohammad Nafis who has to walk back to the dugout, absolutely dejected. But spare a thought for that youngster, but brilliant stuff. Partnership finally been broken.
Well, that is outstanding fielding from Siam. Whipped around and knocked them down. It was Nafis's call, and he had absolutely no chance. So Siam Khan doing it all on his own for Abu Dhabi. A good opening stand broken, and maybe that will bring Abu Dhabi back into the game.
Well, one of UAE's stars in international cricket, Ritya Aravind, walks in at number 3, fighting his way back into the team. He's going to be a crucial cog in the wheel here for Team Sharjah in this campaign of the D10 2026. And, well, what a big breakthrough that was to get the youngster back into the dugout. Very unfortunate to say the least. It did seem that he was striking the ball nicely. Here we go. Khalid Shah on strike, and he's absolutely clobbered that into the stands. Khalid Shah, you beauty. Shyam Khan missing that Yorker length by a fraction and has been punished.
Well, that is absolutely outrageous. To go over extra cover, that is some incredible clean hitting. 56 for 1 at the halfway stage. What a shot. So it's going to be some leg spin coming into the game. Jeet Bhatia, very talented young lad. Oh, that was a drag down, but Vritya is new to the crease and sensible. He's just feeding the strike to his skipper. Nothing too fancy to get off the mark.
Well, today you did witness not much of spin on offer for the spinners. Well, he's got to be spot on with his line and lengths here, Jeet Bhatia, especially against the likes of Khalid Shah. You give him a bit of room or short balls, it's going to disappear out of the park.
Oh, he goes big. It's a monster 6 from the Sharjah skipper. That might be on the roof and out of here.
Well, you cannot say anything much. Once again, pitch too short. And that was easy pickings for someone of the caliber of Khalid Shah. It was in his arc. And he's absolutely bludgeoned this out of the Sharjah International Cricket Stadium.
Yeah, that might be on its way to Sharjah International Airport. Not too far away. Maybe just another 10 or 12 clicks. I'll check on Google Maps. One-way flight for Khalid Shah. Bowled him. Jeet Bhatia gets his vengeance. And he gets the big fish.
Well, staying a bit too low there. Khalid Shah trying to go for that pull shot over mid-wicket once again. And gets absolutely class. So look at that. This pitch, that's what has on offer for the spinners. Some invariable bounce. And Jeet Bhatia capitalizes on it. Khalid Shah back in the dugout. Just short of what would have been a deserved half century. 48 of 25 for him. Strike rate of 192 with 3 boundaries and 5 towering sixes to his name. Nevertheless, not anymore for today. 63 for 2.
Well, another intimidating batter coming to the crease, Sanjay Pahal, a man in prime form. But Jeet Bhatia has done well, done really well. Is this a bit of an opening for Abu Dhabi back into the game?
Well, if Team Abu Dhabi can bowl the way Sharjah did bowl in their last 5 overs, they can certainly give this game a good fight, and that was the dismissal. That was a magnificent delivery. Khalid Shah trying to improvise, just completely losing the line of the ball. And once again, Jeet Bhatia, after being hit for a 6 previously early on, has come back very well.
Very impressive young leg spinner. He'll have a big role to play in this D10. Or dragged down, but he got away with it. Sanjay Pahal, how has he missed? 63 for 2. Match still in the balance. Syed Nazir to complete his spell. First over was pretty decent. And they have got a new pair. Oh, Vrityarvind, that is too good. You are pure class, my young friend.
Well, in all honesty, I'll tell you, Ahmed, the way he was in his stance, I believe he was expecting that full ball around the leg stump. You saw he was with a very low bat lift. Just look at that, the way he was on his stance. And he was ready for it. That's experience for you. Vrityarvind just made that look extremely easy. First boundary for him. That would give him a world of confidence.
Fantastic shot. His first boundary. So Syed Nazir on red alert. Typical response. But he got the line and length all wrong. And a bit of a chirp, bit of a glare at Vrityarvind as well. 33 needed. Required run rate is not too troublesome, but it's all about that one good over, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. These kinds of formats, one over can completely shift the momentum of the game on either way. So Abu Dhabi cannot afford to throw in the towel at this stage. Good delivery this time. I think it might be a leg bye. Yes, there we go. Leg bye been called by the umpire.
Yeah, just trying to bowl a bit too straight for my liking is Syed Nazir. You've got the bigger offside boundary. You've got a deep cover. Try to bowl on that side of the wicket rather than straight. Sanjay Pahal, dangerous customer, but yet to get off the mark. So there'll always be those jitters. There you can see that deep point in position and that deep cover. So the onus is for you to be slightly wider of off, but not too full because mid-off is in the circle. That one kept a touch low, and Mayank maybe could have had a shy at the stumps there. Sanjay Pahal was looking a bit lost.
Well, I'll tell you, Ahmed, what most teams after this game would be also watching very closely is the invariable bounce, isn't it? The first game of the day when the sun's baking down, if the ball's going to stay this slow, imagine what it could be when it comes towards the latter part of the night when the dew will start sitting in. Mind you, we're still in the period of winter. Well, that was flat batted. That's gone all the way. Brilliant shot there by Sanjay Pahal. What a way to get off the mark. Off the middle of the bat and says goodbye.
Yeah, he read the length early. He knew what was coming and absolutely nailed it. Into the stands once more. He's a power package, that is for sure. Brilliant shot.
Well, not the quickest going around here. Said. But nevertheless, Sanjay Pahal, he was ready for it. Well, it can be quite unnerving for a batter when you're out there in the middle, batting on a surface that has invariable bounce, especially to hit it flat batted over mid-wicket. And there we go. That one stayed low. Not the right shot selection. 75 now on the board.
Yeah, you make an excellent point. It's just that patch on that back of length area. When you pound it into the surface, the ball is not quite coming on. So that is something that certainly the fast bowlers can explore in the remaining games. Because when it's full, then it's party time for the batters. And when you go too short, it's being deposited as well.
Well, flat batted again. Over mid-off this time. One bounce into the boundary rope. Sanjay Pahal, well, he's looking extremely good out there in the middle now. The over finally comes to an end. Sharjah now within striking distance. 21 required of the last 3 overs. It's 79 for 2. Well, so 8th over begins. Nicely played into the gap down towards mid-wicket. They pick up a couple of runs. Well, now Sharjah will be extremely happy with where they're positioned. Required rate just above 6 runs and over. And that was that last ball of the previous over. Shorter one, hit down the ground. One of the hardest shots to play. Well, this one is nicely placed behind square. A single, in fact, maybe a couple of runs. No, just a single, in fact, I beg your pardon. There could have been a couple had they taken that first run faster. Required run rate just below 6.8 runs and over. In a comfortable position here now, Sharjah. Well, that's exactly what you got to do at this stage. Just knock it around. Undue risks are absolutely not required when you have someone with the likes of Rithya Aravind who's got a bucketload of experience having played for the UAE as well. But he'll certainly know what needs to be done. Just like that. Easy as it seems, beautifully driven down the ground. Bajit Bhatia has bowled extremely well. He's gone for 12 runs of his 1.4 overs and also picking up a wicket. Shot. But Sanjay Pahal just decides to knock it down towards long on for a single. Well, Abu Dhabi, they'll be absolutely cross with themselves. Maybe lost about 20 odd runs in that last 3-4 overs. Could have been the difference between victory and defeat. But this game was absolutely crucial for Sharjah after that loss yesterday to come back strong. 7 runs come off this over. Jeet Bhatia completes his spell. It's been a brilliant one. 14 runs and a wicket in his 2 overs. 8 done. 86 for 2. Just 14 required for victory. Well, there we go. The floating power play now has been taken in the 9th over. And it's going to be Raja Akifullah coming in to bowl the penultimate. Well, a couple of wickets required here, especially if they can get the wicket of this man on your screen, Ritya Aravind. The pendulum may swing once again towards Abu Dhabi's favour. Well, that's smashed. That's absolutely smashed. And it's out of the park. That's gone all the way for a huge, huge 6 by Ritya Aravind. And that is perhaps the killer blow for Team Abu Dhabi. What a hit that was. Off the middle of the bat. Waited for it and that's gone a long, long way. Magnificent strike there by Ritya Aravind. Waited for it. Great balance. Great timing. Now, single digits required here for Team Sharjah. 8 more required of 11 deliveries. Ritya Aravind playing a masterful cameo here. 16 of 8 balls. Going at a strike rate of 200. Raja Akifullah put under pressure. Very first ball of his second over. The penultimate over of the innings. Well, now Team Sharjah will certainly breathe a sigh of relief. They know that they've got the game in the bag. They've just got to be extremely smart. Well, there was an extra cover that was supposed to go out and then finally the captains decided to keep him back in. So now all the fielders inside the circle on the offside. Slower ball. Look at that. Fielder coming under. Catch has been taken. Well, what was that required for Ritya Aravind? You've just got 8 more runs required for victory. But great captaincy here by Team Abu Dhabi. Raja Akifullah with a slower ball. Ritya Aravind trying to go over the mid-off fielder. Just managing to get the top end of the bat, not timing it and back in the dugout. So Ritya Aravind, after a very good cameo, walked back to the dugout. Another one falls, third one down. Sharjah just require another 8 more runs for victory. But still in a very good comfortable position here, Sharjah. And upon the fall of that wicket, in walks another champion, Rais Ahmed at number 5. Well, he pulls it and pulls it very nicely. Gets off the mark straight away of the very first ball. 7 now required for victory. Team Abu Dhabi will be absolutely devastated that they did not get those extra 10, 15, 20 runs. You had Lukman Faisal still out there in the middle carrying his bat through, but just not enough runs on the board today. Well, dot ball by Raja. 1 for the over called by the umpire. So Sanjay Pehal, well, he's just got to make sure that he sees the team through. Another very, very good batter. He's been amongst the runs of late. You cannot afford to lose a wicket now. 2 more deliveries remaining. Oh, that's a good shot. Where has that gone? Fielder coming under and he puts it down. Well, well, well. How costly is that going to be? And I believe that is Shehan Veeraratna at the deep square leg boundary, trying to get under it. A full toss, trying to flick it over. A very good stroke though, but not having enough gas to carry it over. And the chance goes down. 94 now on the board, 1 hit away. A single down towards mid-wicket. And Rais Ahmed will keep strike. Abu Dhabi, well, they have only themselves to blame. 9 done, it's 95 for 3 with just 1 hit away now from victory. Well, so then right there, they finished the innings off brilliantly. So Team Sharjah winning by 7 wickets, and this is the match summary where you have Abu Dhabi batting first, scoring 99 for 2. Lukman Faisal with a very good 50, 51 of 29. Kamran Atta 30 of 17, and you had Keshav Sharma, the only wicket taker, 2 wickets for 15 runs. And in response, Sharjah cruising home with 7 wickets thanks to a brilliant batting performance by the captain. 48 of 25 by Khalid Shah, Rithya Arawin 16 of 9, and Sanjay Pehal, them just putting in the finishing touches. Raja and Jeet picking up a wicket apiece. Sharjah winning by 7 wickets. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have the post-match presentation where Ahmed Khawaja will be with the man of the match.
Check, check, check. Welcome to the post-match presentation from match number 5 of the 2026 Emirates D10. It was the encounter between Sharjah and Abu Dhabi. Sharjah doing a fantastic job to restrict Abu Dhabi to a score of just 99, and in the end they chased that score with 7 wickets in hand. It's time to present the player of the match winners medal that will be given by our match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, and it goes to the captain of Sharjah, Khalid Shah, for a fantastic knock of 48 of just 25 deliveries with 5 towering maximums. Khalid Shah, congrats, well played. What was the thought process on you opening the innings rather than batting at number 3 or number 4 today?
Well, it was all about the conditions. Again, the game depends on the conditions. It was windy from one end, so we thought to start with left hand, right hand combination. So glad that Vriti accepted it, because obviously he's a world-class batter, and luckily we could finish the game.
But what about Khalid Shah? He's also a world-class batter in his own right.
It's all about giving opportunities. So the guy's been doing well for a lot of years for the UAE cricket, leading run scorer for Sharjah and in the league as well last tournament. So obviously he deserves that a bit more.
And the player of the match medal, who will you like to dedicate this to?
To everyone who watched the game.
Well, they certainly enjoyed your batting. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Well, that's out from the post-match presentation. Stay tuned. We have a lot more cricket coming up at the D10. Next encounter is a good one. It's going to be Fujairah taking on Ajman.
100, less than 100, that would be